We wanted to find out a little bit more about CCAC. Could you start with maybe just the history, how it began?
Yes, it was in 1973 when a group of Latino women, uh, they were concerned about issues in Echo Park, and one of the main issues was the gang issue.
Uh-huh.
A couple of the parents lost their sons to gang violence, so they decided to try to see where they could get some help. So they got together, two or three of the parents, and they start calling the local councilman of the district, and we were divided in two council districts. And they noticed if two people called and more people called, they got more attention.
Uh-huh.
So they organized themselves and they went down to City Hall and they made uh, they, you know, told the council people about their concerns. And the concerns were that Echo Park wasn't being recognized. All the poverty, the war on poverty money was going to other communities, and people didn't see Echo Park as a community in need.
Uh-huh.
So they were heard and people learned about them, and they started getting volunteers from professionals who helped them write proposals and get donations.
Uh-huh.
And they got their first grant from a community block grant.
And when was that? What year?
1973, and that's when they incorporated in 73.
Okay. And now when did you start?
I took over the agency in 1981, and at that time they had we were operating on the block grant at that
Uh-huh.
time. No graffiti program at the time. Graffiti didn't come in until the 90s.
I see.
So when I took the agency over, there was a board of directors, and then I was able to recruit some more people for the board, and we did a needs assessment to see what's needed now. And one of the basic things is 80 or 90% of our 150 clients were undocumented.
Mm-hmm.
So being undocumented, a lot of our kids, their reading levels were very low. They weren't doing well in school, English second language. So we decided to concentrate on that and get help for the parents by getting tutors in where kids could come after school.
Wow.
But we also wanted to address the social recreational needs of the kids.
Uh-huh.
Being new immigrants, they didn't travel far from the community. They were always afraid of immigration.
I see.
So we, as the parents trusted us, we were able to start taking them to movies, we're taking them to the beach, taking them on trips, and it was so surprising that never been to the beach before, never been to a movie because parents with 4 or 5 kids, you don't go to a movie. It's
Right.
so expensive. So we were able to get movies to let us go free. So we started taking the kids out and socializing and just recreation. These are kids, and
Yeah.
they need to have fun, and they need to be children. So we really concentrated on that. The community loved it. The kids loved it. So we got a good reputation, and so parents trusted us. So we were able to do more things. And then, of course, we started with our teenagers with the jobs program. We were able to get summer youth program. We hired as many as 80, 90 kids every summer to work in all the nonprofits.
Wow.
And later, as the years went on, we got the kids involved in anything in the community.
Yeah.
We wanted, we wanted the kids to buy into the community. They're part of the community. They help keep it clean.
Right.
If there's a health fair, they volunteer. If there's a street fair, they volunteer. And that way people could see them in a different light. People have their own idea of what
Sure.
kids are, youth are, not
Stereotypes.
only minority youth. And we wanted to showcase our kids to see that they're part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Right.
So we became pretty well known in doing that, and most of the business people know us, and the local political people know us, and so we've been able to get really good support over the years for that. But
Well,
since March,
Maryanne, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the decades to make this organization go. I know you've got a great team as well.
I was going to say, you know what?
Yeah.
Decades. I tell you what I'm really good at. I tell you what
Okay.
my success is.
All right.
I hire everybody smarter than me,
Yeah.
with different skills, and then they do really good things, and they'd say, "Oh, Maryanne Hayashi." So
There are a lot of
that's my
people
skill.
behind all this.
A lot of people behind it. And in fact, all our youth, we believe in the leadership. Our youth now are leaders. They're telling us what the community needs. They're telling us what programs we should have for the community. But staff, the most dedicated staff you ever wanted. They're like families. It's
Yeah.
not a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
If there's a program on Saturday, well, I'll take it and I'll take the kids. Oh, you mean we can get in free somewhere to take them ice skating? Okay, I'll take it.
Right.
Even my graffiti staff volunteer for the youth end of the program.
That's
So
beautiful. That's really beautiful. Now, one thing I forgot was your rummage sales.
yes.
Since March, that's been a big effort, right?
We have no money coming in for youth programs since March.
Uh-huh.
And all our high school kids and our high school kids and our college kids who've had part-time jobs, we help them get jobs in the gallerias, fast foods, help them with applications, or or
Right.
anywhere there's a job, we try
Right.
to get these kids jobs, because that's the only way they're going to go through college, being a DACA.
Uh-huh.
I've got a lot of DACA
Uh-huh.
students. So how are we going to do this? So Michael
Yeah.
and Valerie, Dave, and I sat down, Kimberlyn, we sat down and talked about how are we going to help this group. And we can't put it outside. So we got an indoor swap meet now.
Right.
And people make arrangements. And all the money that's made, everything goes back to the kids. They work.
Right.
They put a time card in, and then every 2 weeks they sit down, look at the time cards, fill the envelopes with the money.
Yeah.
And since March, we've put into their little envelopes $10,000.
Wow.
So and now the big concern with the kids, meeting with them and them calling me, is the holidays. They're concerned about, it's going to be so sad. No Echo Park parade,
It's different.
no
Very different.
parties, no winter camps,
Yeah.
no ice skating. So
Well, we're walking into Thanksgiving, right?
yeah,
It's
Thanksgiving.
the start.
So the the kids were suggesting the money we'd spend on all that, let's put it into make the families, put some, help the families, not only
Yeah.
with food. Food we're able to give people donations, and we have plenty of clothes. And a lot of people give us new clothes,
Right.
but they're talking about things that are going to make the kids happy, like toys and
Right.
cookies and and we're very practical. Our kids are thinking, being that the kids have to stay at home, get games into the family, arts and crafts, coloring books, and
Simple things.
simple things.
Do a lot.
But one issue we had in March, we had before, where are our kids going to do homeschooling?
Right.
You've got families
Right.
with 6 kids in 2 bedrooms.
Right.
How are you going to have a high school student, a college student, where are they going to study? Do they have the equipment?
Yeah.
Do they have the Wi-Fi? All the things that
Yeah.
go with it. So that was a concern. Some of the kids did their summer school at Central City, and we bought additional Wi-Fi. I'm
Uh-huh.
not technical, but
Right.
all my kids and all the staff know what we needed. So we're trying to see if we can get that into the households too. So
Yeah.
that's been an issue.
So really, I guess, Maryanne, I can say, started in '73, and you're right here, doing more and more for the community, trying to make it work, whether it's COVID or not.
Whether it's COVID or not, like I said, we have reinvented ourselves since March. I don't
Yeah.
know how many times. We have to reassess to see what the community needs and how we could tie them in with those resources, whether it's immigration, whether it's health, whether it's food.
Yeah.
Yeah, food and rent and clothing were never an issue before this. It
Right.
was usually housing issues, immigration issues, or health. Now it's all that. So we just try to get all the resources we need to, bring this into the families.
Well, Maryanne, thanks so much. Have a great day.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.